Well, all right, everyone. How's everyone doing? I hope that you are doing well, and I hope that you are feeling blessed. So, with that, welcome to another power session live with yours truly, DMP Speaks. How's everybody doing? I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're staying safe. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, all that you celebrate. I hope that you and your family are celebrate well. Hope that you are getting along with your folks and people are safe and feeling good because it's not about the presents. The presents are nice, but it's about really being around family, good friends, and most of all, it's about Jesus. You can disagree, and that's okay. No, nothing against it, but this is just what I believe in. So, with that, welcome to another session. Tonight, we're going to be ending this three-part series on the healing of the wounds. So, that's what we have been talking about for the last 3 weeks. So, the first week we talked about what's the heart and how we really need to give ourselves time and effort to get our hearts and our minds clear. Then we came last week and started talking about the mind and how the mind needs to heal now, how it needs to break, how it needs time to have clarity. Now tonight is the, like I said, it's the finale, but we're talking about the soul and the spirit. Sometimes we're afraid to talk about that, but it's necessary. It's necessary to talk about it. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I need you guys to do me a favor. Please share this with someone. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this disclaimer out here. You're going to hear some things that you might not really want to talk about, and that's okay. But I'm here to help. I'm not here to judge anyone, but I want to help you be the best version that you can. Mind, body, and soul and spirit. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So let's go ahead in, right? Whether you know this or not, our spirits are the most important area of our existence in this earth. If we didn't have our soul, if you want to call it spirit or soul, if we didn't have our souls, our spirit here and our bodies, we can't live. We can't live in this realm of existence. We can't live in this earth if we didn't have our spirits. I don't care how good your heart is. I don't care how you run every day. If your spirit leaves your body, you're gone. Right? And I know that sounds harsh, but it's just the truth. Not the harsh truth, but it's just the truth. Our spirits are very, very, very important. And our spirits get touched, right? Either good or bad, when we are dealing with and trying to juggle so much in our lives. It can get out of hand. Believe me, it can get out of hand. Our spirits can also be bothered by the things that throw our lives out of whack or disjointment. Just like when I got in my car accident, a lot of times my father would have to put my legs and put my joints back into place because it would get dislocated just like that. And I'll talk about that another time. But he would have to put in disjoint and put my joints back into place so that I could walk. A lot of us, if we can be honest, we have to get our spirits like that too. A lot of us, our spirits are not, we don't have peace. A lot of us don't have peace tonight because we're dealing with so much. And I'm not going to talk about everything that I talked about last week because we're talking about the spirit, but a lot of your spirits are bothered. You're dealing, if I could be frank, you're dealing with some spirits. You're dealing with some spirits that are overtaking you. And you're you're wondering why. Why don't I have any peace? Why can't I focus like I should? Because your spirit is off. And I'm not coming at you. I'm coming at you to help you tonight. Your spirits are off. Your emotions are off. Because you're allowing everything to enter your spirit. I'll say it again. A lot of us, if we can be honest, A lot of us are allowing a lot of things to come in our spirits, and we wonder why we're dealing with what we're dealing with, because we're allowing too much into our spirits and we can't focus. And it's hard. It's easier said than done. I know. A lot of us, even including me, I've been affected by loss. I'm still dealing with my father's death. I'm better, but I'm still dealing with it. I'm still dealing with the pain. A lot of you are dealing with a lot of pain in your spirit. You're dealing with a lot of loss. You're dealing with grief. Somebody left you. Somebody just up and just said, I couldn't take no more. And they left. Disappointments. You didn't get the job that you were looking for, or the jobs that you were looking for. Everybody shut down on you and your spirit is bothered. Failed relationships, failed marriages, failed attempts at healthy relationships. And let's be honest, your spirit should be able to detect what's going on, but sometimes we don't. We can't, because we got so much going on. I know some people right now, they're dealing with so much. Sometimes they have to laugh, and sometimes you have to laugh with before you lose your mind. So you won't lose your mind, if I could put it like that. And a lot of us we're grieving, and your spirits are weighed down with so much because you're not dealing with the root cause. A lot of you are dealing with a lot of things in your past. A lot of you guys are dealing with so much that you're not even taking time to get your spirit right. You're working out, but your spirit is messed up, right? You're lifting weights, but your spirit is messed up. You're going out to eat and doing those great things, but your spirit is bothered. You're going on trips and you spending money and your spirit is bothered. You jumping into relationships and your spirit is bothered. And you wonder why you don't have peace at night. You wonder why you can't sleep at night, because you don't have peace. Everything is just overtaking you. And sometimes, if we can be honest, I'll say it, because the things that we're doing, the things that we involve ourselves in and put ourselves in, we're not working on ourselves like we should. A lot of us are dealing with depression. I know that sounds like a cliche, but it is. It's a real thing. People are dealing with so many stresses. People are dealing with depression, because depression can weigh you down. It can make you physically, mentally sick. Not just mentally, but physically sick. Anxiety through the roof. Worrying all the time. How is this going to pan out? How is that going to pan out? And then I want to say this to you: when your spirit is off, you're off. When my spirit is not right, I'm not right, y'all. Can y'all agree with me? Your spirit got to be right. You're suffering from nightmares, and you're constantly getting visited by those situations at night. And sometimes it follows you through the morning. It follows you to your job. It follows you to your mom and dad house. It follows you when you're hanging out with your friends. It's like that moment you have a chance of breathing a little bit, having some joy, but all of a sudden, all these thoughts start coming back. A lot of your spirits are plagued with pain. And now, can I go a little bit further? Even sin. You're indulging yourself in situations that you know you shouldn't be doing. Let's keep it a buck tonight. Your spirit is so important. It's more than just going to church. That sounds great that you go to church. I'm happy that you do. But what about when the church doors are closed? What are you doing then? Are you talking to God? And that's a whole nother situation. I'll get there in a minute. But a lot of us have a lot of sin going on in our lives. And I'm not here to be nobody's pastor. I'm not perfect. I'm here to help you. My thing is, we are so afraid to talk about sin. We're so afraid to talk about our our choices that we make, and we know they're not really good. We're so afraid to talk about things that's not going to help us because your spirit has to be right. But if you're indulging in things that is not helping the body, is not helping your mind, it's confusing your heart, then what do you think is going to happen, guys? We got to get our spirits, our soul right. Because what we're doing, we're sabotaging our purpose. Everybody, let me say this, everyone in this world has a purpose. Whether you believe it or not, you have a purpose. Everybody's purpose is different, but you do have a purpose. And when your spirit is not right, when your spirit is plagued down, is weighted down, it's very hard for you to focus on your purpose when your spirit is off and your life is off. You got memories that of how you used to be and what you used to do. That can plague you. That can bother you. And your spirit is off. Your parents are not here anymore. Like I said, my father's not here. And I'll be honest, I'm sitting in front of you right now and I'm telling you the honest to God truth. The holidays, I don't know about you, but the holidays are tough. They're very tough. You know why they're tough? Because I'm still dealing with loss. I'm still dealing with some grief. I'm still dealing with it. And the only reason why I'm being honest, because when are we going to start being honest with who we are and what we're dealing with? I'm not saying I'm spilling my beans tonight, but I know there's somebody out there that's dealing with what I'm dealing with. And I'm going to tell you that you can make it. You might feel like you're so down in the dumps that you can't get it. But you remember, you got all the memories of that person, right? And they have a piece of you still in them. You have a piece of them in you. I'll say it again. You have a piece. You got a piece of them inside of you that's going to help you go along in your life. So even though they're not physically here, they're still here with you internally and here in your heart. Just want to give you that because that's very important. Let's move on. Your soul is hurting because of good memories. We always talk about the bad. Sometimes your spirit can be so bothered by the good memories, because I had a lot of good memories with my dad. I think 90, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, maybe 99%. I have good memories, but it still hurts. Because it goes, my hurt, and some of you can contest to this, my hurt goes past just my mind and my heart. Messes with my spirit. But like I say, you can make it because I'm making it. And if I can make it, you can make it. If we can be honest as well, some of you are trying to find happiness in the wrong places. You think that's going to help you, right? But being in that toxic relationship with that person, it don't even have to be your boyfriend or girlfriend. It could just be a friend, and you're spending so much time, and they're taking so much strength from you. They're not allowing your spirit to be what it's supposed to be. And what it's supposed to be is supposed to be pure. It's supposed to grow. It's supposed to mature. But they got you doing things. They got you gossiping. They got you doing all this stuff. They got you angry at the world. And you know that's not really you. Changing and being another person. You got to be careful. Your spirit needs healing. You got so much in your way. You got so many blocks and mountains in your way, but you can get the healing that you need. Your soul needs to do what it needs to do. Your soul needs to be clear and pure so that you can hear God. A lot of us can't hear God because our spirits are offline, because we haven't talked to him. We haven't talked to God like we're supposed to. I know this sounds like a preachy moment. This is not a preachy moment. We're talking about the spirit. We're talking about the soul. He wants to help you. Not just with your finances, but you. Not just with your business. He's going to help you with that, but he wants your spirit. He wants you to be whole. You know what wholeness is? It's not what you have, it's what you possess in a physical manner, it's what you have inside. Because if I didn't have the car, or if I didn't have the house, what do I have? If you didn't have the car, if you didn't have the house right now, what is your peace? What's going to bring you peace? What brings me peace is knowing that God loves me. No matter what, God loves who I am because He made me. He made you. You're not a mistake. You hear me, everyone? You're not a mistake. I don't care how many times people have said to you that you were a mistake or you'll never amount to anything. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Now I sound like my mama now. That's not true because you are somebody special. You are absolutely positively the apple of God's eye. Because you don't believe it, that doesn't mean that it's not true. I want to help you believe because when you get the healing, the shackles come off of your eyes. The hard heart that you have, it starts to be removed because you start to see, I do got purpose. I do have something that I need to do. So I want to give you these 3 things really quickly, 3 or 4 things, and I'm gonna get out of your way. Y'all ready? I want you to write this down. I want you to put this in your phone. I want you to put it somewhere, but I want you to be able to look at it at night. Oh, can I just say this real quick? I know y'all gonna get me. I got my sister on. I'm not gonna embarrass you, but I love you. My big sister. This is like a second mom to me. I'm excited. Sorry, I got excited when I seen her name. I love you. All right, let me get back because she's gonna tell me to stay focused. I'm focused. I'm focused. All right. That's why I get to do this because my show. All right. All right. Let's get serious. First one is stop running. That's the first one, everybody. Stop running. You've been running too long. Your spirit has been running again, getting away from God. Let's just keep it real. Your spirit has been running and running. You've been running from that business that He told you to start. You've been running from that healthy relationship that he told you to get out that one relationship, and he had something better for you, but you didn't want to do it. He told you to get away from that person, but you didn't want to do it. You run it this way, and you run to that person, and you run to that person, but you got to stop running. You've been running for too long. And you've been running away from God. A lot of you, and I'm not being funny, I'm not putting anybody on blast, but I want to ask you a question. When's the last time you just sat and prayed? There's no specific prayer that you have to pray. You have to follow the rubric of prayer. There's a way to pray if you don't know how to pray. When is the last time you asked God for guidance? When is the last time you asked God for direction? When is the last time you asked God, I need your help because I'm feeling weighed down. I'm trying to do all of these things, but I'm doing it on my own. I'm trying to fix my family, but I can't do it. You know what? I tried to be Superman, and my sister can contest. I tried to be Superman. I tried to do this. I tried to do that, this and that. And I found out that I can't do this and that because I have kryptonite. Even though I thought I was the Diesel. I thought I was Superman. You know what I found out was my kryptonite? Being human. Life will show you how much strength when you try to do things on your own. I tried to do a lot of things on my own. A lot of you, if you can keep it real tonight, you try to fix things on your own. When somebody hurts you, you go off on them. When somebody has hurt you, you go to the bottle. When somebody has hurt you, you cuss them out. You go on Facebook and you go off. And I know that's not really you, but you feel like you don't know what else to do. And I understand. Listen to me. Stop running. And the reason why I'm saying this because I feel like somebody is running. You've been running for years. You've been running for months. You know you need to get your soul right. You need to get your spirit right, but you've been running. You got to stop running. Aren't you tired of running? Because those fixes, Those fixes that I just mentioned, those are temporary. You got to stop running. And a lot of you might feel that, well, I've done so much hellish stuff, DMP speaks. How can God even love me? Guess what? He loves everyone. Let that sink in for a moment. He loves everyone. There's not no one person that he doesn't love. No matter how much hell you've done, no matter how much mistakes and bad decisions that you have made, he loves you, but you got to make a choice today. And that's my next thing. You got to moving forward is a choice. You got to make a choice for your spirit, for your soul. I don't want to see your soul so weighed down with unforgiveness. We have to learn how to forgive others that have hurt us. And most of all, we have to learn how to forgive ourselves. That's why a lot of times our spirits are so weighed down and heavy, because we are blaming ourselves, and we've been blaming ourselves for the last 10 or 15, 20 years. It's time to forgive yourself, or forgive that one, or forgive that person. But most of all, forgive yourself and learn how to move forward. But you got to make a choice to move forward. I want to see you get unstuck in your life. It's important. You got to move all the clutter. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but you got to move some clutter out of your life. You got to get your mind together and say, you know what? I'm going to get my spirit. I'm going to get my soul right. I'm going to get my mind right. I'm going to get my relationships right. I'm going to get my heart right. I'm going to get my thoughts right. Because that's what's going to last. Not what you have outside, not what you got in the bank. Your spirit got to be right, because that's where the real peace is. The real peace is when you have no possessions, but you are happy and content with yourself. Let that sink in just for a moment. Hear me loud and clear. If you don't have, let me put it like that. If you don't have like other people, if you don't have the Rolls Royce, if you don't have the new car yet, it's coming. But before it comes, is your spirit, is your soul, does it have peace? Are you content with yourself? It is so important to be content with you first, to be happy with yourself first. Enjoy yourself first before you can get in that relationship. Before you jump into that relationship, young lady, are you happy with you? Or are you looking for validation from him? Young men, are you looking for validation with all the women that you do have? Is that really helping you right now? Is that really giving you peace right now? The answer is no. Let's keep it real. It probably is going to feel good for right then and there, for that moment, but it's going to start getting old. You know why? Your spirit, your soul. There's so much in there. You got to get it out. You got to get out that clutter. And my last thing is, and we're done. Two more things. I'm going to put it together. We already talked about cleaning. You got to clean your spiritual wound. Just like if you cut yourself or you scrape something on your arm or your leg, we got to clean that wound. We got to put some disinfectant on it, right? We got to put some alcohol, some 90. So remember, 90% alcohol, right? We got to be able to keep that. My sister on here, she know what you're talking about, because I grew up like that. You have to put that 91% alcohol on that wound. It hurt, but it starts to heal, right? So there are certain things that we got to get some healing with. So you got to clean that spiritual wound, and you got to get some disinfectant, some spiritual disinfectant. You got to start praying. You got to start being honest with yourself, right? That's where the healing is, getting the help and saying, God, I'm here. God, I'm not perfect, but I'm here. I need your help. I need my spirit to be cleansed. I need my soul to be cleansed. And my last thing, because I'm running out of time, I had a few things. I'm going to put them all together. Y'all forgive me. Protect your wound. Just like you put a Band-Aid on that sore or that cut. You got to protect your spirit. You can't allow anything to just come into your spirit. You ain't got time to be hearing about all this gossip. You ain't got time to be putting your time and effort into stuff that's mess. You got to protect that wound that spiritual wound that's been cut on. So when you cleanse it, you got to protect it at all costs. Do you understand what I'm saying? At all costs, you got to protect your spirit. You can't just let anything come in and out. You can't allow anything or anybody just coming in and out. You got to protect yourself. And the last thing is, because I'm running out of time, and I'll talk about this at another time, but you got to let it go. That's the last thing. You got to let it go. You guys are holding on to so many things. You got to let it go, everyone. You got to let go of what's been trapping you. You got to let go of that hurt that's been holding you down. You got to let go of her. You got to let go of him. You got to let go of your past. Sometimes we got to let go of our present so that we can be able to flap our wings, that we can flow and soar like an eagle. We got to get up. Not just because the new year is coming, a new you. You can start a new year, new you today, tonight, right now. Whenever you listen to this, you can start brand new right now. It's a decision that you got to make. But before you do that, you got to let some things go. We're going into 2022. Forget about resolutions. Forget about diets. Let's do a transformation of the heart. Yes, work out, do the things that you need to do physically, but we need to work on our minds, hearts, and our spirits every day. Because we got so many distractions out here. How we supposed to look? What are we supposed to do? Who are we supposed to hang out with? What job we're supposed to have? It's like a robot. I'm tired of seeing people be robots. You're not a robot. You're a human. You're entitled to feel how you feel. But you don't have to be what society tells you to be. Be who God has told you to be. Become that person. Y'all hear me? Become who he's called you to be. I know this is it's a lot for you, but who's going to tell you? Who's going to be real with you? Who's giving you something that you can apply? It's all about application. It is all about application. Because when you start to let go of these things, you can move forward. I'm over my time. I apologize in advance. I'm over my time. But thank you guys so very much for tuning in for these this three-part series of the healing of the wounds. Whenever you listen to this on your replays, please share this on your pages. I really appreciate it. Listen. I'm about to be out of here. Next week, we are going to the finale, and this is the last one, the last Power Session Live of 2021. Woohoo! I'm excited, everyone, because now we're going into a new place, a new mindset. We're not taking over what we dealt with. We got to work on ourselves every day. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll see the flyer, but it's going to be an awesome time. So this is what I want to say. I know I'm over my time. If you are looking for a coach like myself, I want you to put in the comments section, coaching. I'm going to send you a personal message from myself, not my assistant, myself. And I want to see how I can help you be a better version of yourself than you are now. I want to see you be great, but I want you to feel great, and I want you to know that you are great. So important. Listen, I want you to be able to put that in there. And before I let you go, if you want to contribute to my business, I appreciate it. If you want to donate, you can donate $1, $5, $10. It doesn't matter. My Cash App is $DMP Speaks. Again, my Cash App is $DM as in Mary, P as Pinkston, Speaks. DMP Speaks. Whatever that you want to give, it's wonderful. If it's $1, I appreciate it. If it's $2, I appreciate it. Whatever that you want to give. But with that, I appreciate you guys. Be safe. Be blessed. I hope that you were blessed and apply these principles, y'all. Apply them. Get your spirit right. Get your soul right so that you can do what you've been called to do in this world. I love you guys, and I want you to have an awesome night. Peace, y'all.